Well, boys, we are back with another video, and you can see who is up for us. It is Arcanaforged, the wizard. Sorry, I've been getting some weird graphic lag with my mouse. The placeholders are the spiritforged wizards. They are north of the lake, but the best way to describe it is when you zone in, run to the northwest, and then you'll see this path here. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 placeholders. These 3, I believe, all roam. This is the static one on the hill, and it's the one to go for. So what I've been doing is clearing it out. Sometimes I'll run into the cave and work the geo golem, or I'll go to the frog because I need armor, like I said in the last video. But this has been... I put in some time on it. Probably had at least a dozen placeholders last night, and then maybe a handful today. So I'm glad to get this one over with. There's some people in the zone, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. Make sure the roamer's out of the way. Well, there he is. The way to do it will be to send Jobber across, and then invis and engage. And I still have my stupid mount up. Alright, so Jobber's engaged. We'll hit debuff number 1. We'll hit Tash debuff, and there we go. And this time, unlike last, I'll make sure that wounds gets put back down for a minute, and we'll get this started. So, as per the course, not seeing anything too crazy, beating up Jobber, even though it is a wizard. There's something, but that's just a spell. Really nothing for us to worry about. It's going to be a low hit point tier 2 boss, and we will hit silent here in just a second and start the first. We'll hit Eradicate because he's got some sort of wizard buff. Silent cast, robes. You know, I will at some point make a burn video. It has not changed, but I've had some people ask, you know, what am I doing this time around? There's that lag again. I'm not, you know, I'm not the king of DPS in this world. I know, well, first off, I'm, you know, still upgrading my focus stuff, and my AAs are done at least. But then there's, you know, anybody that picked up raid gear from the last expansion is blowing me out of the water. And any rank 3 spells blowing me out of the water. But I'm averaging 1 million plus, 1.5 million. Let's call it 1.3 in this zone on my burns. Man, some of those earlier tier 2 zones, I was not, the performance was way off. Now, a lot of that had to do with not being able to really focus on DPS, having to basically be a cleric along with a necromancer because the mercs were broken. But now that the mercs are fixed and Jobber can, with the help from Siri, can take care of this on their own, I am getting into the 1 to 1.5s. And again, it hasn't changed. It's the same concept. Start out with a robe burn and then go into a big burn, which is intensity. Even if I'm talking to you guys and just halfway paying attention, if you look, I'm at 1.4 right now. So we're doing pretty good damage. And like I said, I'll make a video. Man, what is with that lag? I'll make a video on this step by step. There it is, boys. Another name down. You know, that was 1.6. You know, so we're definitely getting better on the DPS. I mean, of course it is because they've got 100 or 100 million less hit points, but you know, whatever. So once again, no non-visible armor trade skill items and hardly any visible trade skill items. It's just this. I thought they learned their lesson from last expansion. I know that they supposedly increased the rates, like with 3 months left in the expansion before the next one dropped. But this is, I'm almost done with 3 tier 2 zones, and I've had 2 armor drops, and then 6 of these type 18 Augs. And I did just find out today that there is another evolving item. So we've got the cloak from last time, but there's a necklace. And that's just because there's no way for us to do the missions this time. So a belt, and it is the healer's belt, but also good for us. Not sure how it's going to compare. Really not much upgrade, and minus stamina, minus hit point. I'm not going to switch that out for that little bit, since it's just not worth it. But I'll offer it out. We'll see. Maybe somebody will want it. But that's it, boys. Like I said, this one you want to focus on this single spawn. There have been a few times I've tried clearing these, but they stack up on each other. We'll see it. Well, he usually will path all the way, or maybe this would pass all the way down here and he stops there. It's just not worth the hassle. I had a couple fights where I was still learning the camp, and I was trying to do 2 clears at a time or something, and I kept having to Levant out. So single spawn on the top of this hill. If it's a crowded zone and you don't want to leave your camp, you can just sit over here. That's how you saw me where I started the video. And then just invis up, come over, and just send jobber when you're right here. If it's the name, send them across the path and then run over and get it. That's it, boys. Not a challenge. It's a single spawn, so it's safe for us. And like I said in the last video, that's really what we want to look for in this zone is safe single spawns. There's a good couple single spawns here for the Geo Golem. The little bit of work I've done on the Phoenix, I've found some single spawns. I also got a weird pathing bug that when I root punted one of the Phoenixes, they didn't come back to their spawn point. And so a double spawn became a single spawn point. And so I don't really recommend that, but if it does happen while you're camping, that works out in our benefit. But anyway, boys, that's it. Not a challenge for us. Single pull, single kill. Jobber and Siri can handle it as long as we lay on the dots. Hope this video goes through everything you need for your hunter in the Heroes Forge on Arcanaforged. And I will see you all in the next video.